Have you ever felt so motivated to start something new, whether it was a new diet, a new fitness routine, picking up an instrument? You go to first day, you go to second day, you go to third day, you feel like you can go to fourth day and the fifth day, but then you wake up one day and that motivation is gone. You start to question yourself. Did you make a mistake? Did you bite off more than you can chew? Congratulations! You have burned out. What is burnout? So burnout has actually been conceptualized and recognized by the World Health Organization as being put under constant stress without any reprieve, and that results in loss of enthusiasm, loss of excitement, loss of efficacy in your job. People who work in the field of passion are also more susceptible to burnout than a lot of other industries. When I started this brand, Nothing to the Grave, I started it looking back with such unrealistic expectations for myself. Ended videos, didn't really schedule any time I would use to relax and get some distance from my job, and this led to me burning out terribly. I was literally in the fog so much. I felt so much cynicism and so much doubt for myself and what I was doing. This video is to show you guys and to express that you shouldn't have to work so hard. We're fed constantly by people we admire and people we aspire to be like. The Joe Rogans, the Drakes, the Serena Williams. All these people work hard, but something that they often talk about that isn't emphasized is rest, because if they do not rest properly, they wouldn't be where they are now. These are ways how you can avoid burnout, because it is something that I feel a lot of people experience, but they don't actually know they experience it, and the symptoms can come up as laziness or self-doubt or cynicism. So here are 6 ways you can defend yourself against burnout. So number 1, which really made me take a step back and look within, is understand where that work mentality comes from. A lot of us work because of extrinsic motivators. We want to be successful because we want to look good or impress people, when in reality we need to identify intrinsic motivators. Ask yourself why you're so motivated. Is it because you have a chip on your shoulder that you want to prove to the world? Which I did, and now I'm more aligned with myself and what I can achieve and what's realistic to me. Number 2, know how you rest. Active rest is very important. I'm introverted, so I like to rest by myself. I like to watch a film, where some people like to rest and they recharge in the presence of others. So know how you rest, because for example, for me, if I was to work from Monday to Saturday and I have no time for myself, I'm going to burn out during the week, because I have not had at least a day to myself to watch a film, to just be by myself, to read a book. So you need to know how you rest. Number 3, break the monotony. So a lot of us have routines now. We may work from home, we may go to a particular place of work. Our routines become very repetitive, and there is empirical evidence that routines are beneficial for your mental health and for your well-being. It is important to break the routine every so often, just so your brain gets a bit of like, oh yeah, like there's more to life than what I'm doing. And it just kind of gives your brain a bit of space. Number 4, and this is something I talk about a lot, practice doing nothing. I don't mean doing nothing like being on your phone. That's not doing nothing, because your brain is even more overstimulated. I mean like doing nothing, spending 5 minutes here and there to just be present, doing nothing. That really resets your mind and just calms your mind down. We're thinking machines, we're actually supercomputers, so we need time to just blow off some steam as well. Being present, it's mindfulness, I guess. Number 5, which is something really practical that I love and that I started doing, that has helped me actually get better at guitar, and that's helped me, I think, become a better creator musically and visually, hopefully, is leaving something in the tank. A lot of us, when we start a new endeavor, it's like, let's give it 110%, but all that does is make us result in burning out and not maybe wanting to show up the next day. So whether it's the gym or practicing a new instrument or starting something new, don't go into it with the mentality of like, I'm gonna do an hour today, or I'm gonna work as hard as I can today. No, maybe give 80% or give 70%, because enthusiasm is a key ingredient for you showing up the next day and the next day and the next day. Now I don't practice guitar for an hour. I cut down my guitar practice to 30 minutes a day, and I saw the immediate effect of that. I practice every day now, because I don't have like an hour block that's daunting. That 30 minutes is less than what I can do, but that propels me to do it the next day because I've left something in the tank. So leave something in the tank. That's super practical advice. And number 6, disidentify from your work. A lot of us, and me, I over-identified with my work. Like, I'm an artist and it's still something that I'm working on. I'm a creative person. So if I didn't produce, if I wasn't working, if I didn't create, I fell in like a hole. I had to make something. I had to create. Otherwise my life was like in in a black space. I was in a void. People who are really effective, they know how to distinguish between your work, and they just look at it very pragmatically. Yes, still be passionate, still be purposeful, but don't over-identify with your work, because that can lead you into a mental tornado of falling into doubt if you miss a day or if you take some time off. Like, you are not your work, I'm not my work. Although I love it, I'm passionate, I'm purposeful, I need to have that distinction, otherwise it could be hurtful to us. Those are a few ways I feel like we can prevent ourselves from working too hard and also keep the balance in. Banksy says something very important. He says it's important to know when to rest but not to quit. And I took some time off from making videos. I want to have a more healthy relationship with Nothing to the Grace, because I want to build this brand forever. This is something I love, and that's one thing I did realize. Although I felt doubt, I didn't really feel like I was going to give up, because this is my life, and I'm pretty glad that I've realized that. I hope you've learned something from this, and don't work too hard. That's a big myth. Stephen Pressfield says this in The War of Art. That's one of the biggest myths that's been spread, that we have to work ourselves to the ground. No, balance is what we should strive to be like. Thank you for watching, and don't work so hard, okay? Don't believe what society has pushed. Thank you so much.